What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of For Bettor or Worse. As always, I am your host, Matty Chucks. Nick the Picker cannot be here today, so we're going to lean back, enjoy ourselves, take it my way, because usually it's the highway with that guy. But we're just going to keep doing it. Enjoy our night. This is premiering live, or not live. This is premiering Thursday morning. We do a football game tonight that we'll be diving into. We'll talk about the MLB playoffs, and we have NHL back, which is why I'm wearing the Avs hat. Just want to make this a quick episode as Nick still isn't here. He will be back on Saturday for the college football game day episode, and we will also have Crabs Bets on as well as a special guest. Should be a good one. That one will be live, so make sure you tune in. But without further ado, let's get into everything going on. Basically, I want to talk about baseball first, get this off my chest. You know, the Mets, I don't know if you heard, they're not in the playoffs anymore, sadly. Stop asking if I cried myself to sleep every night, because the answer is yes, but you don't have to keep asking me. It is what it is. Only one team gets to win, so I kept receipts on everyone who made fun of me / mocked the Mets. And when your team loses, you know, we're just going to bring the heat right back. So you better hope your team wins. The Phillies took game one in Atlanta. I want to talk about something in that game, or that the whole playoffs versus the Phillies. Why do teams start lefties versus the Phillies? I don't understand it. I think they're trying to have Kyle Schwarber or Bryce Harper not beat them. They're going to say, hey, let's let Reese, Castellanos, Bohm, let's have these guys try to beat us. But the Phillies have been the fourth best team in terms of OPS this season to lefties, and Bryce has been a lot better to lefties this season in general. The Cardinals did it starting Quintana in game one, and I don't understand why they did that either. And then I know Fried is the ace, but the Phillies saw Fried twice in September, and then got to face him in October, and they just mashed him to pieces. Took game one, and now they have Wheeler and Nola in this 5-game series. So it should be a tough one. I think game one is crucial. The Phillies did their job. They can lose this game. You know, obviously this is recording while that game is going on. If they lose game two, it's not even the end of the world. They did their job. They stole one, and they have to win out in Philly, which they not easily, but they definitely can do. So that's interesting. If the Phillies do win, they'll play the Padres or the Dodgers. It's looking like the Dodgers after game one at least. And then the whole NL East of the Braves and Mets thing was a sham because the Phillies just took the cake and went away with it. Our 30-1 ticket on the Phillies is still alive from last week's Thursday episode. If you got that, good for you. If you didn't, it's probably too late to hop on the wagon, but you can enjoy and watch and root on our 30-1 ticket. It'd be a pretty nice flex if they pull that off. And then the AL side of things, we have the Yankees and the Guardians. It looks like the Yankees will take care of business. Garrett Cole held it down in game one as much as it pained me to see. I don't think the Guardians are there yet. I think they're a couple years away, maybe 2 years away. And then the Mariners couldn't hold off the Astros. Jordan sent an absolute moonshot into the stratosphere. They even put in Robbie Ray to try to face that guy. They put in a lefty with two guys on, and Jordan just took that thing literally to Jupiter. I don't think the ball has landed yet, and the Astros took a big game one, which is good for them. We did see some slow offense from all the teams that got the bye, but it looks like two of the three, I believe, won. No, there should be four. Astros and Yankees won. So 3 of the 4 teams did win who got the bye. You are at a disadvantage of pitching matchups as you usually can't start your ace, but you know the bats will still be hot compared to those guys who got a couple days off. So it should be interesting to see. If you were to tell me who I think will be in the World Series, I would say the Dodgers and the Astros would probably be my guess to face off in the World Series. Kind of heavy chalk, but it's what it's looking like. Maybe the Yankees can sneak in, and the Braves still have a shot, but they got to get through the Phillies first. And then that's basically it for baseball playoffs. I'm going to be taking it slow in that aspect as everything else is kind of starting back up, and playoffs is always tough to do. So let's move on to the Thursday night football game, the Bears versus the Commanders. I'm on a 9-3 NFL play run, which is great. Feeling like I'm seeing things very well. It just sucks that we have this Thursday night horrible, horrible, horrible game again. I just don't really know if I like anything here. I may lean like a Cairo Santos over field goals. I haven't really decided yet. I may do some wide receivers in this, as both these defenses are pretty bad. And maybe a Carson Wentz over passing touchdowns, something along those lines. We're gonna figure out if we can see it on game day. Wait for lineups to be finalized, but it should be a pretty ugly game. It can't be worse than last Thursday's game though, with the Colts and the Broncos. But we're gonna try our best and see what we can do. I'm trying to find a trend with these Thursday night football games. Obviously, the unders have been hitting at a high level, but I want to find something else, and maybe we will another day, or maybe after a few more weeks. But for now, that's basically all we can do is just bet the under and pray. I don't know about you guys. I do not have a side in this game at all. It seems like a lot of people are leaning towards the home team in the Bears and the under. So we're going to see probably a lot of Bears player props in the meantime, maybe some Mooney stuff, maybe some Montgomery or Herbert. But I'm sorry for having no plays on this game. Again, leaning towards a Bears kicker prop. You couldn't pay me to touch the money line. So I don't know what this is. I'm really leaning towards a Mooney yards. It's probably my play right now. But again, we'll finalize it later. If you want to look at some DVOA stats, is what we've been kind of focusing on. The Bears' pass offense is ranked 30th, and their run offense is ranked 20th. And the Commanders' defense is 29th in the pass, and 6th in the run. So you have a horrible pass defense versus a horrible passing offense. And on the Commanders' side, offensively, they're 28th in the pass and 31st in the run. And the Chicago defense is 15th in the pass and 25th in the run. So there probably will be a lot of yards taken up here in this short week. You do see a lot of injuries in this. I would love to have a play for you guys, but it might just be a same game parlay kind of day. If you had to really, really make me do something there. I do want to talk about Christian McCaffrey and where we think he's going to land. He's got to get traded. The Panthers are absolutely a dumpster fire. They just fired Matt Rule, and Baker Mayfield is somehow still alive and well, even though they are absolutely atrocious. And, you know, I don't want to hear anything else about this team for the rest of the year. The only time we should hear the words or the name Mayfield is when I see a report that the Panthers may field offers for Christian McCaffrey, because they should just get rid of that guy, sell high, get some draft picks, start tanking, just completely reboot. And the thing is, a team can really, really, really use Christian McCaffrey. The Bills would just instantly, obviously, get a ton better. The Rams could probably use him, as Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson haven't really been the solution this year. The Broncos with Javonte Williams out for the year and Melvin Gordon just being a fumble machine. The 49ers could probably use him if Debo doesn't want to run as much and you don't want to rely on Jeff Wilson since Elijah Mitchell's hurt. The Eagles have also been reportedly interested in him, but they have a good run game and Hurts and Sanders. I don't think they need him. There's a lot of places McCaffrey can go. You guys tell me your opinions. Where do you want McCaffrey to go? Do you think he should stay? Do you think they should keep him? Where would you like to see him go? And where do you think that he goes to if he was to be moved? You guys tell me and put it in the comments and we'll figure it out. One thing, another segment too, is that the Super Bowl bubble, as I like to call it, since 1980, no or every team that's won the Super Bowl since 1980 has been 4-2 or better through 6 weeks. So if you look at the teams through 5 weeks who would already be in that bubble, they're the Bills, the Chiefs, Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, and Vikings. So take off the Giants right away, I'll be honest. But the whole NFC East is there, and there's a lot of 3-2 teams that could technically get in that bubble. The Packers, Bucks, 49ers, Jets, Chargers, Ravens, and Titans are all 3-2. Who can all get there after this week? So I'll do another segment with that bubble. I know it's not something to take it as stone, but for me, I've used it for my Super Bowl futures at the start of the playoffs every year. I actually use it as part of it because for the last 42 years, it's been a real thing. So the Bengals and the Rams last year were both 4-2 through 6 weeks. This happens more than you think. And obviously it takes some teams out, like the Rams are technically out of it already. We could finalize it after this week, but for now, the Super Bowl bubble is legit and it's real. And another fun fact is that the passing yards leader at the end of the season has never won the Super Bowl. So if that's Josh Allen, I may have to cash out of my Bills tickets. But that has never happened. And again, until it does, I will not be betting on those teams to win the Super Bowl. You guys also let me know in the comments if you think we should still have Thursday night football games, if they're going to continue to be this terrible. I personally am completely and utterly done with them. I think no matter what team it is, you're going to get just terrible short weeks, bad offenses, bad game scripts. Like it's just people get hurt way more. And it's just bad look. It's just a bad look. I know they're trying to give us more, but it's just a really bad look. And honestly, I'm sick and tired of it. But that's just my opinion. Now that we're done with football, and again, I really am sorry about the lack of play there. Hopefully you guys can forgive me. But we're going to talk about the NHL. Okay. We're going to cut it off. Bang right here. The NHL is back. My favorite team to win the Stanley Cup this year. I know I have an Avs hat. I know I'm a Devils fan. It is actually the Hurricanes at plus 1,000, plus 1,100. If you can still find it. Hurricanes got a lot better this year. They got Pacioretty. They got Brent Burns. Obviously, Pacioretty, I think, he tore his Achilles. He will not be around until, I believe, January or so, maybe a little later. But either way, for playoffs, he will totally be back. This is a team that went to 7 games versus the Rangers last year, and Freddie Anderson was hurt, their starting goalie, and Ronta got hurt as well. Let me just put the banner up here. If you guys can still get that Hurricane Stanley Cup plus 1,100. Their defense is legit. No matter what goalie they put in front, they can still. They went to 7 games with a backup goalie to the Rangers. I think they're just very sound offensively and defensively. They have young talent. They have some vets. They have good defenders. They have, great wingers. And obviously, just from top to bottom, they're a great team. That's my favorite to win. You can't play the Avalanche at that price. Absolutely not. And my other favorite future is going to be a plus 2,000. Jacob Markstrom to win the Vezina at plus 2,000. For those of you guys who don't know what the Vezina is, it's basically the best goalie award, plain and simple. Markstrom, I believe, led the league in shutouts last year. You have obviously Shesterkin, Vasilevsky, Freddie Anderson, Jake Ottinger. Markstrom's like a top 10 pick, but he has a lot of value at plus 2,000. And he can easily be in the top 3 to top 5 contention when the season's all said and done. So there you have it. You have 2 big futures right there. And also, Going to the slate tomorrow, I'm gonna have to make this bet, and it may be very biased, but it's gonna be the Thursday game, obviously, 'cause that's when this comes out, and we are going to bet this beautiful, beautiful team of the New Jersey Devils, who are going on the road to play the Flyers. Season opener for both teams, home opener for the Flyers. The Devils will spoil it. The Devils are looking forward to their season, whereas the Flyers are definitely tanking or should be. I don't even think the Flyers want to show up to their home opener. And you're going to get this cheap price of minus 135 on DraftKings. I see Bet Rivers is minus 129. You have a team who's trending severely upwards. They're not going to be a top 5, top 10 team, but they're going to be a middle of the pack team in the Devils, and the Flyers should be a bottom 5 team in the league for the whole season. If I'm the Flyers, I'm not excited for this home opener. And if I'm the Devils, I'm really excited to get going on the season. And I think you're going to get a bunch of cheap prices on the Devils starting off until they kind of figure out that this team is definitely new and improved and ready to go. So I think this price should be like a minus 150, minus 160. I'll gladly take it at minus 135. That is going to be my podcast exclusive play. Let me just write it down. It's the podcast exclusive play is the Devils minus 135. I'm not going to post it anywhere. You got to watch the video. I'll tell you guys it's at the end. We'll make a little, marker on the video to show you guys where it is. But that has been the episode of For Better or Worse. Sorry that there has not been any Thursday Night Football plays that I've really figured out yet. But, just wanted to hop on, give the whole general idea of what's going on. We do have Krabs Bets as a special guest and Nick basically as a special guest right now as he's taking some time off and, doing his thing. And Saturday he'll be here. Sunday he'll be here as well. But Saturday, definitely stay tuned. We have, instead of just listening to Nick ramble to me, Krabs Bets does do a lot of college football as well. So you should see them go back and forth on their plays for the day and just overall good vibes to start the morning. I'm your host, Matty Chucks. Hopefully this episode helped you for better or worse in any way, shape, or form. And I'll see you guys next time. Best of luck on your bets. Peace.